He gazes at her across the room, a whirlwind of emotions stirring within him. He's falling for her, deeply and irrevocably. But she, oblivious to the silent language of his heart, remains unaware of the intensity of his feelings. This scenario, as familiar as it is frustrating, reveals a fundamental truth about the dynamics of love. Men often fall in love faster and more intensely than women, leaving them vulnerable to a world of unspoken emotions and unnoticed affections. This isn't to say that women are incapable of deep love, but rather that the path to love often unfolds differently for men, driven by a unique interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors. In this video, you'll learn reasons behind this phenomenon, exploring the science of love, the challenges of emotional expression, and the ways in which we can learn to better recognize and appreciate the often unspoken language of a man's heart. Because in a world saturated with noise, sometimes the most profound expressions of love are the quietest. Research suggests that men are indeed prone to falling in love more quickly than women. This tendency isn't simply a matter of societal stereotypes or cultural conditioning, it's rooted in our biology. Studies have shown that the male brain releases dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward, more readily in response to romantic stimuli. This surge of dopamine creates an intoxicating feeling of euphoria, propelling men towards a state of infatuation and attachment. Furthermore, men are visually oriented, meaning they tend to be more stimulated by physical appearance. This isn't to say that women don't appreciate physical attraction, but for men, visual cues play a more significant role in triggering feelings of attraction and desire. When a man encounters someone who aligns with his visual preferences, his brain responds by flooding his system with feel-good hormones, accelerating the process of falling in love. This combination of biological factors creates a perfect storm for rapid infatuation, leading men to experience the early stages of love with a fervor and intensity that can be both exhilarating and disorienting. While men might be quick to fall, their way of expressing love often differs from the way women typically express and interpret it. Women are generally more verbal and emotionally expressive, finding comfort in sharing their feelings and experiences through words. Men, on the other hand, tend to express their love through actions rather than pronouncements. A man might not readily say "I love you," but his actions speak volumes. He might go out of his way to help with a task, offer a thoughtful gift, or simply be present and attentive to her needs. These are his love letters, written not with ink and paper, but with acts of service, gestures of affection, and quiet expressions of devotion. The problem arises when these expressions go unnoticed or are misinterpreted. Women accustomed to more direct expressions of affection might miss the subtle cues that reveal the depth of a man's feelings. This can lead to misunderstandings, missed connections, and the heartbreaking feeling of loving someone who seems emotionally unavailable. The tendency for men to express love through actions rather than words is also rooted in a deep-seated fear of vulnerability. Society has conditioned men to believe that expressing emotions is a sign of weakness, a threat to their masculinity. As a result, many men struggle to articulate their feelings when it comes to matters of the heart. Falling in love requires a willingness to be vulnerable, to open oneself up to the possibility of pain and rejection. For men, this vulnerability can feel like a dangerous gamble, a risk they're not always willing to take. So they express their love through safer avenues, through actions that demonstrate their commitment and affection without requiring them to verbalize their emotions. This fear of vulnerability can create a barrier in relationships, preventing men from fully expressing the depth of their love and leaving their partners feeling emotionally disconnected. It's essential for both men and women to understand the root of this reticence, to create a safe space for emotional honesty and vulnerability to flourish. Actions speak louder. Identifying love in his gestures. Recognizing the signs of love in men requires a shift in perspective. a willingness to look beyond grand pronouncements and romantic gestures. It's about paying attention to the small, everyday acts of kindness, the subtle ways in which he prioritizes her happiness and well-being. Does he go out of his way to spend time with her, even if it means sacrificing his own free time? Does he listen attentively when she speaks, offering support and encouragement? Does he remember the little things that are important to her, surprising her with thoughtful gestures? These seemingly insignificant actions are the building blocks of love, the foundation upon which lasting relationships are built. They are the language of a man's heart, expressing a depth of feeling that words often fail to capture. Love isn't just a feeling. It's a complex cocktail of hormones and neurochemicals that influence our emotions, behaviors, and perceptions. While we've touched upon the role of dopamine in driving attraction, other hormones play a significant role in shaping the male experience of love. Testosterone, often associated with masculinity and drive, also plays a crucial role in fostering feelings of love and attachment in men. Studies have shown that men in committed relationships tend to have lower levels of testosterone than their single counterparts. This suggests that while testosterone might initially fuel attraction, it's the desire for connection and intimacy that ultimately drives men to seek and maintain long-term relationships. Understanding the interplay of these hormones helps to shed light on the emotional and physiological underpinnings of love, reminding us that what we experience as an intangible feeling is, in fact, deeply rooted in our biology. Love often reveals itself in the most unexpected of places. It's in the way he patiently teaches her how to fix a flat tire, in the way he remembers to pick up her favorite snack at the grocery store, in the way he silently holds her hand when she's feeling vulnerable. These acts of love might not always be Instagram-worthy, but they are the threads that weave together the tapestry of a lasting connection. They are the quiet affirmations of his love, the tangible expressions of his commitment to her happiness. Learning to recognize and appreciate these subtle expressions of love requires a willingness to look beyond societal expectations, to embrace the quiet language of the heart. While actions might speak louder than words, open and honest communication is still crucial for fostering a healthy and fulfilling relationship. It's important for women to communicate their needs and expectations clearly, expressing their appreciation for the ways in which their partner shows love. By the same token, men need to learn how to articulate their emotions more effectively, to express their love and appreciation verbally as well as through actions. Creating a safe space for vulnerability, where both partners feel comfortable sharing their feelings without fear of judgment, is essential for building a strong and lasting connection. Love thrives on understanding, on the willingness to bridge the gap between our differences and meet each other with empathy and compassion. Love, in its purest form, is an act of perception, a willingness to see beyond the surface and recognize the depth of feeling that lies beneath. It's about understanding that sometimes the most profound expressions of love are the quietest, the most understated. By opening our hearts to the subtleties of love, by learning to decipher the language of actions and appreciate the quiet gestures of affection, we create a space for love to flourish in all its messy, complicated, and ultimately beautiful forms. For love isn't about grand pronouncements or extravagant gestures. It's about the everyday moments of connection, the shared experiences that weave together the fabric of our lives. Check out more of our videos as we uncover the psychology of human behavior. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this.